Hey there, dear Spellweaver community, and welcome back to a new episode of Spellweaver Deck Tech and Tryouts. A series, by the way, in which I basically just play decks that I came up with that I'm not sure if they are suited for ranked or not. And by the way, good old CPT Chaotic came up with this, or basically under one video he stated that he wanted to see more decks that I have come up with, and this is basically it. And today, basically what happened is I was skimming through the... God damn it. The little post on the Spellweaver main page from, I think it was Rinriet, the only guy who won 3 Masters so far, by the way. Still, congratulations on this. Fucking love that Tropical Mix deck, still. And, of course, he listed, like, the decks that are currently in the meta. And, for some odd reason, he put in One Turn Heal, which, by the way, 3 people apparently played in the last Masters. What the fuck is wrong with you guys, honestly? But, there was one deck that he didn't put in, and a deck that hasn't been played in quite a while. And a hero that hasn't been played in quite a while. And that one, you know, we all know OTH, One Turn Heal. But maybe some of us also remember OTK, which basically translates to One Turn Kill. I made that deck way back ago. And I think I made... No, I don't think I made any adjustments basically. And this is actually the deck. You know, there is like an achievement for winning, I think it was like 5 or 8 games in a row. And I made a bunch of friendly games, and I just played this deck, I think, like 5 or 8 times, and all of a sudden that achievement popped up, so I guess it's legit. I also played this deck in a couple of friendly matches, I think like 1 or 2 weeks ago, actually, and I'm not sure if it will actually work in ranked, so I'm trying to refrain from that, and see if this works also in this recording session. Maybe I'm gonna play it someday. Because, you know, I like playing heroes that no one else plays, and I like decks that no one else plays. So, this right here is One Turn Kill. Basically, the goal of this deck is to, kill the enemy in 1 turn. Obviously, that would be a little bit OP, I guess. But with a little bit of help from Despina, Insatiable Soul, who got nerfed to the ground and hasn't been really seen afterwards. But Inner Power, pay up to 5 mana. Next turn you have +1 maximum mana for each 1 mana you have paid. Pretty self-explanatory. The only creatures that we run in this deck is the Elder Red Dragon, by the way. He's a flying 5/5 3-speed, not a legendary. I've seen that for the first time, by the way. That is pretty OP, but okay. Right when you play him and you have 4 mana to spare, you can use his ability, which is Elder Red Dragon deals 5 damage to a creature or hero. It costs 4 mana, and it doesn't... he isn't asleep afterwards. So basically, you can do this over and over again. And obviously, if we have hero power right here, Inner Power, and we have like 10 mana crystals, we pay the full amount. We have 15 next turn, and you know, his ability only costs 4 mana anyway, so if we have 15 mana, we can basically reduce the enemy's enemy's HP to 5 HP in 1 turn. And obviously, if we have like 16 mana crystals, we can just and we have Elder Dragon already out on the board, obviously. Then we can just swing in, use his ability for 4 times in a row, and win the game with this. This is the whole premise. But of course, you know, as you can see, this guy requires 2 Rage Aspect, 2 random ones, and 4 mana. So that is quite a bit, obviously, and people tend to play creatures before we put that on the field. And for that, of course, we have something. We have I've splashed in Rage, because we need Rage anyway, so why not use all the great Rage removal spells, such as Fireball, which deals 3 damage to a creature or hero. Ideally, of course, we want to use it against a creature. 2 times Fireball, which deals 1 damage, and if we had a creature and it has an activated power, it can't use this power. And if we use it on a hero, he can't use his hero ability next turn, which is pretty cool. And of course, it's an extra card draw, which we always need. Fire Blast deals 3 damage. Basically, this is against soldiers or any aggression like that. 3 damage to one creature that it is pointed towards and 1 damage to each creature on the same line. Also deals pretty well, obviously, with Rage Rush. Cannonade, 4 damage. The enemy hero has to distribute 4 damage, and 1 gets a target emblem, which gets double the damage. Dragonfire 2 times. Pretty good against artifact decks, by the way. Deals 5 damage to 1 creature, and we can also destroy an artifact with that. Word of Power 4 times. This is a card that generally you don't want to play. This is like one of the worst word cards, I would say, in the game. You know, Wisdom has Word of Knowledge, which is card draw, and this card. You have Word of Nature that no one plays because it's also pretty garbage. We have Word of Fire, which people obviously play because it's great damage and it redraws itself. Do the other ones? Well, Word of Knowledge of basically, I don't know if Word of Nature actually, like, or Word of Vigor, I think it's called. I don't know if that redraws itself. And, no, like, Corruption doesn't have that. But it has, no, it has Word of Pain, I think it was called. Definitely like that, the weak emblem ones. But this one, Word of Power, why is it so bad? Each hero, that is a problem, gains an empty mana crystal for each of your Dominion levels. Ideally, of course, we have 2. So basically, this one gives us and the enemy 2 empty mana crystals. Of course, they are filled for the enemy when it's his turn, so he basically benefits from that before we do. But it also draws us a card. But we definitely need to ramp up those empty mana crystals because, you know, we want to get that 1-turn kill, obviously. Soul Flames. We can either destroy an enemy creature and lose life equal to its current HP. This is basically against big threats. Obviously, we use it for this. Or sacrifice a creature from our side of the board, obviously, and gain life equal to its base HP. Don't want to do that. Generally want to do the first one. Assassinate deals with early aggression. Yeah, destroys a creature with 2 attack or less. That is self-explanatory. Power Surge is another ramp for us. Gain an empty mana crystal. If you have 7 or more mana crystals, draw a card. And if we draw Word of Power beforehand, self-explanatory. Enslave twice. Attached to an enemy creature with level 2 or less, also to deal with early aggression. Cataclysm to basically wipe the entire board and then play the Elder Red Dragon and win. Helm of Dominion also for like larger threats that we might have to deal with. And of course 6 Rage Shrines for basically just the levels. And 10 Dominion Shrines as well as 2 Cathedrals of the Night also shrinks creatures and gains us a little bit of life. Usually, I think you can also splash in an Altar of Dragons if you... Because you tend to run... Actually, we might... You know what? Let's fucking do that. Make a little bit of adjustments right here. Let's put 2 of these bad boys in here because... What happens is that you run out of cards. That is a thing that definitely happens. And this one, by the way, what it does is, as an extra cost, discard a random card. If the card was a dragon, put it on the field instead. Basically just 2 mana. So we might not need the 16 mana crystals after all, because oh yeah, we do, because yeah, like with 18 I think we need. With 18 we can play this and then like do the damage right away. But yeah, we put it on the field basically for 2 mana, and if it isn't a dragon, because we discarded a random card, we can deal 3 damage to a creature, which is also pretty good. Because yeah, it's more removal. It's basically a fireball in that sense. So yeah, because that is the thing that I've ran into with this deck, by the way, that we definitely run out of cards, especially against, of course, Corruption, if they have like a lot of discard card business going on, like the Mesmerizing Spirits and such. So late game, we definitely want to bank on drawing a dragon, and if we have Altar of Dragons out, of course, like, go right ahead. With that being said, of course we use the Vampire Assassin card back, that goes without saying. And since we play friendlies, we don't have to care about rank anyways, but we are not in the top 1000, so... Or not in the 1000 rating, I think we dropped to, yeah, 315. Blaze it! So, with that being said, let's see how 1-turn kill fares in the first game. Game number 1 against Ex-Volfear. That is a pretty terrible hand, but you know me, I'm gonna keep it. I don't care. Oh yeah, by the way, I have my favorite beer right here, Qingtao beer. Cheers, guys. Definitely make sure to grab one. So yeah, sit back, relax, grab your favorite beverage, grab your favorite food. Maybe you're gonna have 2 number 9s. And let's hop right in this. Might use a Word of Power, actually, because, you know, it's card draw. Helps him ramp, which sucks a little bit, but apparently could be. Like, many decks run basic Alexa lately. So, it could be anything, but I'm kind of speculating it's gonna be soldiers. Even though it's not ranked, but people, like, tend to try out stuff, so... Maybe it's also gonna be some nature order bullshit, even though you would obviously play Hermillion with this. And he disconnected, so yeah, we're gonna see if we actually get a game going. Of course, I'm gonna hit the record button again if he comes back. So, apparently he came back. You haven't missed much. I DO'd one of my helms to get a Rage Shrine. Used the first Word of Power. And that is definitely soldiers. And that 3 damage thing is a little bit of a problem, but not necessarily. We basically just need to... Well, okay, that's something. But we basically just need to draw... Frickin' wait. No, I'm gonna keep all of that, actually. I think... Yeah, we just need to draw like a Fire Blast. So what I'm gonna do is Word of Power again. Help him ramp a little bit. We can actually just go for Helm of the Minion also. Of course we can't target him. But I might just get rid of this guy just for the hell of it. I think I'm gonna keep the rest of that. We also have a Dragonfire, which is a little bit of overkill. But yeah. Got the first 2 Word of... what's it called? I don't play that. Word of Power, of course, out. So, helped him ramp a little bit. Helped us. To a certain degree. And, of course, the problem is... Yeah. Now he's set. He just needs those 2. And he's good. Of course... Rush is a little bit of a problem for us. Not gonna lie. Okay, Cataclysm. I don't know if we necessarily survive 1 more turn, though. That's the problem. I can't play Dragonfire either. 1, 2, 3... So yeah, I definitely have to get rid of the Master Tactician. If he has another one, I'm dead. No, I'm not. Would be down to 8. Now it would be, because I think I have to use Soul Flames now. For this one, can't play this because I have to shrink him. Would be down to, let's see, would be down to 6. Would deal 5 damage max if he doesn't have another Master Tactician. So I'm just... Yeah, I think that's the only thing I can do, basically. Just play this. Let's see. Very good. Just play this and then... yeah, like, just hope that he doesn't have another Master Tactician. And then go Cataclysm next turn. Yeah, down to maximum 5 damage. If he has a Master Tactician, we're dead. A little bit of a aggression or rage problem right here. Rage? I mean rush. Usually it's rage rush anyways. Alright. Cataclysm's gonna hit ya, boy. Sadly we can't use Vampiric Touch before. Kinda sucks. And I don't think he has any swift creatures, so that is also good for us. Of course a little bit lucky by the way that he didn't... Oh! We might not... Yeah, we might not need the Cataclysm in the first in the first place. Here you go. Deal with that. And... Yeah, might as well. Might as well use the hero ability, because why not? Can play the dragon next turn. Would have been a little bit funny, however. And whoops. And okay. Fair play. Fair play. Let's go for the next game then right away. Of course, it has to happen when I record. It's obvious. But that's, by the way, usually how I do it with the Word of Power thing. Like, I use it at the beginning. Of course, it only gives us, like, 1 mana crystal, but, you know, the problem is that the enemy also gains 1, so... Better for him to only gain 1, and for us, obviously, to draw a card, than to give, like, both of us an even bigger spike with, like, 2. Especially, like, if he plays, like, stupid rush decks like that. It's a problem, obviously. But also unlucky that we didn't get the right removal, but... Because if we, like, would have drawn the Fire Blast a little bit earlier, instead of, like, the Soul Flames, for example, it would have been better. But yeah, we're gonna see how Game 2 is gonna fare then. Like, as you can see, the games are over either really fast or moderately long. It's not a one-turn heal scenario, thank God.